So I just wanted to have this session because I love to teach. You guys might have already known this by webinars, by different videos, but I also wanted to have this just to make sure that, we deliver this session on Git. Git is one of the most popular tool in the world. So if you ask me that how many software engineers, or what is the percentage of software engineer Git is being used, so that is 100%. Can you imagine? That is the tool which is being used by every engineer, that is Git. Okay, always remember that is Git. But now I wanted to ask you, that okay, how many of you have heard this word called Git? Before we actually proceed further, first we have to, expand it. We have to understand what is the full form of Git. Okay, so that we always remember that what is Git. So if someone asks you, right, that what is Git, and every time we say that version control, okay, I mean, sometimes even you do not know what is version control. Okay, maybe you might be having some trouble to understand this word called Git. But always remember, Git stands for Global Information Tracker. Okay, uh that's the actual full form of Git. Okay, Global Information Tracker. Okay, that's very important to note. Now, when we say Global Information Tracker, with respect to code, okay, with respect to code. So how many of you knows what is code? Do you guys know what is code? Computer language, scripts, software language, machine language, set of instructions, right? This is code. Okay. Now you can imagine that where do we keep the code? So now can anyone tell me that how many applications are there in the world? Can anyone tell me how many applications are there in the world? Trillions, billions. Yeah. Like you cannot count it. Definitely you cannot count it. These many applications are there in the world. You open any website, that is your application. You download any application from Google Play Store, Apple Play Store, that is application. So you can imagine, trillions of applications which are there in the world. Okay, and every application has code. Okay, every application has code. And what is code? Code is nothing but computer language. That's it. Which means if I am building an application, right? If I am building an application, it will have its own code. Okay, which will look very weird. Okay, which will look like a long book maybe. Okay, so whenever we want to create an application, we have to write the code, or you can say we have to write the computer language so that computer can understand it. Okay, and the application can really work. So is everyone clear what is code? First of all, everyone. So code is the very technical word. It's nothing but a computer language, or it's a way by which we create applications. So all these software developers, software engineers, programmers, these people are doing nothing but they are writing the code every day. So when they walk into the office, they write code. They go home, they're opening their laptop, writing code. Every time, everyone is writing code. If you're a DevOps engineer, you're writing code. Okay. If you are a software developer, you're writing code. Okay. If you are an automation engineer, you're writing code. So if you are working in IT as DevOps engineers, software developers, programmers, you are writing code. To build application or to automate something, you are writing code. As someone said, scripts. So it means we are writing code. Okay, scripts are generally written for automation. So if I want to perform any automation on my laptop, I have to write script. And what is script? Nothing but code. So if anyone in the world says, can you write me a code? That means he wants you to build an application or do some automation. Okay. So what are the two primary functions can anyone perform with the help of code? Can anyone tell me, please? So whenever either you can automate the existing steps with the help of code, or you can create a brand new application. Okay. So what Git stands for, everyone?
Global Information Tracker.
Global Information Tracker. And what is that information you are keeping in the Git? What is that information you are keeping in the Git? Everyone.
Codes. The codes.
Oh, it's awesome, guys. See, you guys have started learning already. Awesome. Now, imagine that we all, okay, let's imagine everyone. So let's imagine that we all are building an application. Okay, it's an application. And we are building this application. So we can say that we are building an application like Netflix. Okay. So we want to build an application where our users can watch a movie. Okay. So we want our users to watch a movie, and we are building this application. Every one of us are the software developers, and we are building this application. Guys, let's get into the shoes of software developer. Let's imagine that every one of us is the software developer. Okay. Can we imagine, everyone, that we are the software developers of Netflix application? Now, when we are when we are a Netflix developers, which means that probably Easter, she is building menu of movies. Okay, she wants to display a lot of movies to users. Okay. Faisal wants to build the video player where everyone can watch movie. So Faisal is working on video player video player feature. Okay, because we are building this application, and this application should have these features. Menu of movies, lot of movies should be displayed. Faisal should be able to play the movie. So Faisal is responsible to build a video player in the application so that user can play a movie. Okay. Jackie is responsible for user authentication, that user can enter password and username. So Jackie is responsible for user authentication. Okay. After that, King is responsible for user subscription, where how user can make the payment on the application, right? So on the Netflix, you can make the payment, monthly subscription. So user payment feature is being taken care by King. Okay. Then Murle is taking care of let's imagine recommended movies, maybe some favorite movies. Okay. Like, because there are like thousands and millions of movies, but Murle wants to display only favorite movies or recommended movies to the user. Okay. So let's imagine every one of us is working on different features. So Easter is building a menu of movies. Fazil is is working on playing a movie. So someone can come, click on the movie, play the movie. Jackie is working on user authentication. Someone downloads the application, so someone can sign in. Okay. King is working on user payment, so people can make the payment on the application. And Murle is working on recommended application movies. So if my favorite movie is Mission Impossible, so I should be seeing that movie up in front of me. So that is a feature is being built by Murle. Just like this, we all are working on some features in this application. Like, application is big, right? We have search functionality, we have so many things in the application, and every one of us is working on our feature itself. Okay. So imagine that every one of us is the software developer. Okay, because that is why we are basically working on different features over here. But the main thing which you have to remember is that all these features are part of single application. Isn't it, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a single application. So when we say single application, can you imagine how difficult it is to work, okay, to work on a single application and integrate all the features together? You can imagine that Easter is working on menu, Faisal is working on video player, Jackie is working on user authentication, King is working on user payment, and Murali is working on recommended application movies. So every one of us is working on different features, but in real, this is part of single application. So how many code will be there for the single application? How many codes are there? Ideally, there is only one main.
If it's single, then it's one. I
Yes,
mean,
it's one code, right? For this
yeah.
application, one code is there. But how collaboratively 5 engineers are able to work on it? You know, so that is possible with the help of Git. Git actually made it possible that today, if there are 50 developers or 50 engineers who are working for the same application, can work together, can collaborate together. Why? Because Git is there. Git has actually made the life easy. Okay, it's a collaboration, it's a software developer where different people collaborate together. So Easter can keep working on her code. Faisal can keep working on his code. Jackie can keep working on his code, and everyone can work on their own code, and then we are merging it together to form up a single application. Because Git is a global information tracker. It tracks that what Easter has done. It tracks what Faisal has done. It gives us the power to merge everything together, right? So do you think is it all making sense till here, everyone? Do you have any questions so far? Now, the interesting part is that basically what I did, okay, so you can imagine this way. This is our final application. Okay. And this is where we started with no file. Okay. You can say no file or no code. Okay. There's nothing over here. And then you have a final application. So what's happening over here in between? How are we converting from nothing to an application? Okay. How is this happening? So let's imagine that Naman, basically what he did, he created an empty repository. Okay. Empty repository. So Naman or anyone, like I'm just taking my name. I'm just taking my name that I am starting it. Anyone can create the empty repository. Now, in this repository, Faisal, added the code. Okay, added the code for video player. Then Easter added the menu. After that, who was next, guys? Jackie, what were you doing? Jackie added the user.
Yes, user authentication or user login. Mhm.
After that, King, what were you doing?
User payment.
User payment. Okay, what else? What else? Murali, what were you doing? Recommended menu, right?
Select, yes, the menu. Select favorite movies.
Favorite movie. And then what happened? What happened, guys? Finally, we see a final application, right? Everyone,
Yeah, we
what,
see the final app.
what's happening over here? Did every one of us collaborated or not throughout the journey?
Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did.
And what happened
Yes.
after that? What happened?
We
We
were
got,
able to get that app.
we got the final application. And this all happened that where I created this empty repository on Git. Okay. So what you did, guys, whenever you were ready with the changes, whenever Faisal was ready with his changes, what he did, he pushed his changes to Git. After that, when Easter was ready, she pushed her changes to Git. So Jackie, what did you do to show the changes? You pushed the changes, right? Yeah. So everyone actually pushed the changes, code changes, okay, on this empty repository, and finally we were able to get the code. Getting my point? So do you agree with me that Git is a highly collaboration tool for software developer? Do you guys agree with me? Everyone, please say yes or no. Yes. Okay. So do you think that Git is a tracking tool? Everyone, it can track the changes, right? Now, now let's imagine that, when Jackie pushed the code, okay, there was some problem. Okay, let's imagine that when Jackie pushed the code at this step, there was a problem. So at this point of time, can we go back to previous version, which was only with the menu? Can we go back or not? Because when Jackie pushed the code, right, it got buggy because Jackie couldn't test the application properly. So it was buggy. And now because of that, user started facing problem. So can we go back to the previous so that we can delete the changes of Jackie? Can we do that, guys? That is called as version control. Okay, which means that every time anyone is actually making the changes to this Git. So over here, we were having the empty repository, right? But every time we are making the changes over here, we are pushing the new changes. What we are doing? We are creating a newer version of it. So it was maybe it started with version 1.0, but when Faisal pushed, it became version 2.0. When Easter pushed, it became version 3.0. When Jackie pushed, it became version 4.0. Now, but Jackie pushed wrong code because mistakenly she pushed the wrong code. So can we go back to version 3.0, everyone? That is the power of Git. That is, you can control the version. Okay. So you are basically giving the name to every push. You are giving the number to every push. That is version. But you can always go back or you can track different versions. So can we go back? Maybe the Easter menu also have some problem. So can we directly go back to Faisal's code? So that is the version control. Okay. That if you want to switch from one version to another version, that is also possible with the help of Git. Does that make sense, everyone? Okay, that's good. Guys, always remember, now we have to understand Git in a very technical way. Okay, I was explaining it in a very simple English, but now we have to understand Git in bit technical. See, Git is a very smart tool, or you can see it's a smartest tool, okay, which I have seen so far. I tell you how. Basically, let's say that Naman created an empty repository. Okay, so basically what I did, I created this empty repository, which has nothing right now, no file, no code. Now, what happened that when Faisal pushed two files. Okay, two files, any two files. Faisal pushed two files to this code, right? This empty repository a has two files now. Okay. So how many files are there in this empty repository? Two files are there. And who pushed the files? Faisal.
F.
Yeah. Now, let's imagine, guys, please listen to me very carefully. Let's imagine that Easter, she wants to push three files. Okay, what will she do? So basically what you do, you basically first branch out. Okay, you branch out. This is technical, guys. You branch out, you create your own branch, Easter. Okay, from this is a main repo. Okay, always remember, this is a main repo. This is a main branch. What you do, you create your own branch. Okay, you create your own branch and you push your changes to this branch. Okay, so you push your three files. You push your three files to this. And now how many files got from two? How many files are there now? Everyone?
5.
Five files. But in the main repo, right? In the main repo, how many files are still there?
2.
Two. Okay, everyone, please listen to me carefully. So what Easter wants, Easter is working on her branch right now. When she is confident that her code is good to go, what she does, she pushes all her changes to main branch. Okay, she pushes all her changes to main branch. So now how many files are there in the main repo? In the main repo, 5. Why? Because whenever any developer wants to collaborate, okay, to create their own working environment, and that is called as branch. So if King wants to collaborate, what he's going to do, he's going to create a branch, okay, out of the main repo. He will work on it. He will just keep working, keep working, keep working, keep working. When he is done working, he will basically go and merge his changes to the main repo. Okay. So every developer creates the branch that is his own working
Space.
repo. Yeah, working space. And when he's done, he merges his code to main repo. That's how the features gets added every day. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
You cannot touch main repo. You cannot directly make this main repo to be your working environment. You have to branch out. Okay, you have to take a copy of this code, branch out, create a working environment for yourself, work on it, and when you are confident enough, you again merge it back to main repo. So benefit is that different people can branch out. Different people can branch out at any place, okay, can work on it. And after that, they can merge it. Okay, when you feel that you're confident enough, then you merge it to the main repo. So what happens? Gradually, you are actually, let's imagine that, okay, let's again understand this, okay? Earlier, I created a very empty repo. It's empty, there's no file. But Faisal wants to upload two files. So Faisal, because it was empty, so Faisal just uploaded the files. Can he upload the file or not? This is the empty repo, right? So he can
Yes,
just directly push the files because it's empty. There's no problem. But when he pushed the files, there are like two files now because he was working on two files. So there are two files now. But now when King, Murle, Easter, these all people want to collaborate on their own feature. So they will branch out. King will branch out for himself. Murli will branch out for herself. Easter will branch out for herself. Jackie will branch out for herself. Okay, all will create their own working environment. Now everyone will work on their own working environment. And when they are done, okay, when they are done, they will start pushing the changes. they will start pushing the changes. Okay. So in the main repo, so that your main repo remains intact. Okay. You cannot directly make changes to main repo. You will create your own branch, you will make the changes, and then you will push it to main branch. Okay. We call it main branch or master branch, because main branch or master branch keeps the code which is most meaningful code, which is most workable code. You cannot make the changes. There are 500 people working. They need their own code base where they can work. They cannot simply make changes to the main repo. When you have the main repo, this is the main repo. I want to collaborate. First, I will branch out. So what I'm going to do is I'll create my own branch. Is that okay, everyone? When I create my own branch, it creates a copy of code. It doesn't make the direct changes on this master. It creates the copy of a code. Okay, I get one copy of this code. Now, this is my code. I can keep making changes. I can add new features. I can fix anything. I can break anything. I can do anything with this because this is my main. Now, if Samuel, you come and you want to also make changes, you will branch out. Okay, you will create your own branch and you will break it, you will make it, you will do whatever you want to do with this. And when you feel confident that this code is working fine, you again merge it back where? Where do you merge it, Samuel?
You merge it to the main.
Exactly. Very nice. You merge it to main. And even when I am ready, I merge it to main. Okay. So what happens? This way, the main remains always intact. Let me ask you this way. I think this is going to be very interesting for you. So this is the main branch. Okay, everyone. So when I create a branch, what it is essentially doing, is it creating a copy of it or not? So now the interesting part is that Git is so intelligent tool, or you can say it's a so good tool that essentially it is not copying it. It is actually creating, it is just giving a, it's just giving a space where it is asking to make the changes and is merging. That is why the main branch always remains light. You know, it's not like you can create 100 of branches. So what will happen? Does it mean that 100 times you are copying the code? No. Git is very intelligent tool. It internally manages, which you don't have to understand. I'm just telling you out of curiosity, but you don't have to understand. You don't have to think about it. But the idea is that when it is creating a branch, it is just keeping a track of your changes. Okay. So it always, even after 100 years, it will keep the change that, okay, on 19 August 1888, Jackie made this change. I hope, Jackie, you are not that too old. Yeah, but so it keeps every change in the history. Okay, it maintains the history. So it like if you make a small change to it, it will always keep that track with proper information. It also even tells that what are the changes made by Jackie only. You know, people do, they are very smart. Some people are very very buggy. They are not good people. So what they do, they make the changes to main branch. Okay, just to hurt the project, just to take a revenge from a project. Some people are very bad, right? So they make the changes to the main branch, but Git tracks it. Git checks what is that change which was made by Naman on that day. So Git keeps a track of it. Okay, I'm going to show you in a while. And this makes Git very intelligent history keeper. Okay, which helps to track that at what time what changes were done, so that if any changes was done mistakenly, it can be removed. Okay, so here we have GitHub. This is, see, always remember, guys, there is a big difference between Git and GitHub. Do you know what is the difference between Git or Git and GitHub? Basically, Git is a concept. Okay, it is a concept which is being used by multiple products. So one of the product is GitHub. Then we have TFS. Okay, then we have Bitbucket. So we have like multiple products in the market which are leveraging Git concept. So what is Git? Git is nothing but collaboration tool, version control, right? It is like, it has like all those features in it. It's a concept. Okay, creating branches, tracking changes, or keeping track of everything. That is the nature of Git. So those concept has been put it into a tool. Okay, like GitHub, TFS, Bitbucket. These are the tools where you can keep your code. Okay, so on Bitbucket you can keep the code. On TFS you can keep the code. On GitHub you can keep the code. Okay, does that make sense, everyone? Hmm. Okay, so where you can see, this is my GitHub account. Everyone can go and create their own GitHub account. Okay, it doesn't take a very long time to create your own account. So what you can do over here on the left hand side, you see a lot of repositories. Okay, so in the past when I was working on different applications, right, I was working on payment application, I was working on order service application, I was working on playground. Okay, so I was working on different applications in the past. These are my repositories. Okay, now if I want to create my repo, my empty repo, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on new and I'm going to write it a name. Let's say I call it as Git practice. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to create a repo which can be used by anyone. I mean, I can keep it private if I want to, or if I want to keep it public, it will be open to everyone. Okay, let's imagine I want to keep it public. So I'm creating an empty repo right now, and I'm going to click on create repository. When I click on create repository, you see over here. So what I did, I just created an empty repository. You can see under this code, I do not have any file right now. There is no file you see right now over here. Do you see a file over here, guys? It's just a set of instruction we can see, but there is no file, right?
Mm.
Everyone?
Yes.
No file, right? So this is like what I did.
Yes, Naman.
I just created the empty repository. But what I can do is I can just upload a file. So over here you can see there's an option to upload a file. I can just click on it. Okay. And I can click on choose files, and I can basically create, let's say, I can just upload any file. Whatever file I want to upload, I can upload over here. Let me just upload some meaningful file.
Mm.
Let's say I go to let me find out 1 second. There's some working directories. Okay. Let's say on this, like I want to upload this, not this one. Yeah, maybe I want to upload this YML file. So I'll just upload this YML file. I have an option to upload it from here, from the UI as well. And I can say, it is asking me some comments to the put. So I'm saying uploading YML file and commit changes. So what I'm doing in my empty repository, what I just did, I uploaded a file, okay, in an empty repository. There was no file earlier. Now let's imagine that Faisal wants to make some changes to this repository. Okay, what he can do, he can create the branch. So over here, if Faisal wants, what Faisal wants to do, Faisal has two options. He's in the main branch right now. See, it's a main branch. What he can do, he can go and click on this and edit this file. Okay, and he can add anything over here. Okay, and he commit the changes. But oh shoot, what he did, he just made the changes to main branch and he just added a buggy code. Do you see a buggy code over here? Problem is that why did he make the changes to main branch? Now it will impact everyone. Maybe Easter will come over here and Easter will check this YML code. She will find that, oh, there's some buggy code over here. So why didn't Faisal actually created the branch? If he would have created the branch, he would have made the buggy changes in his own branch. It wouldn't have, created a problem to main branch. But right now, because he has created this problem to main branch, it will impact everyone, isn't it, everyone? Do you agree with me? So let me go and revert the changes. So over here, you can see that he has made some changes. And what I want to do is, I want to do a version control. I want to go back. I want to revert these changes. So I'll go to this history. Okay. I can see that Faisal made some changes 1 minute back. And what is the changes he made? I can click on this and I can see what changes he has done. So you can see these plus options. So Faisal is actually added this code. So I want to, I want to delete this. I want to delete these changes. How can I do it? I can just simply go back, okay, and I can revert this, or I can just make the changes to this file. Okay, I can just make these changes to this file, remove it, and I can commit again. I can say fixing Faisal's buggy code. So you can see my code is now intact and it's my main branch. So ideally, what Faisal should do to make his changes? Everyone, what Faisal should do to make his changes? So if we want to create the branch, click on this button, start typing. So I can say, okay, on which feature Faisal was working? Video player, right? Always remember the branch name should be related to your feature you are working on. It should not be with your name. Okay, it should not be Faisal's branch. It's not correct. Okay, it should be with the features you're working on. So now when you want to, you just type the name and click on this button, create branch. What will happen? So what King did, King just created his own branch. So where are we now? Are we on main branch or are we on King's branch? Now, if King makes any mistake to this code, okay, he write the buggy code, okay. If he makes any mistake on this code, will it impact the main branch? Let's go and see it on main branch. So we'll go and go to main branch. We'll switch the branch. We'll go in the main branch. Do we see King's mistake here? So let's say that Jackie is working on user auth, okay, and she creates her own branch. Now what Jackie can do, Jackie can go and can basically edit this file, and she can say name. Okay, she can do whatever changes she thinks she has to do to build an application which is user authentication. She can do any changes. So now let's imagine that Jackie is done making her changes, and now she wants to push the changes to main branch. How can she do it? Right? So is she making the changes on her branch or not? Let's just check whether we have it on main branch or not. Let's just check, okay? So we'll go to main branch and we'll check. Oh, in main branch, we don't see Jackie's changes, right? But Jackie is now done. What should we do to see the Jackie's changes over here? We have to merge it to the main branch, and that is done with the help of pull request. Okay, you see this pull request? With the pull request is useful when you want to merge another branch with main branch or maybe different branch. Okay, maybe it may be possible that a user auth is merging with user payments. It's also possible that user payments is merging with user authentication, or or you know user auth is merging to main branch. That's also possible. But what feature is useful to do this, to perform this merge? Which feature should we use to perform this merge? To merge two branches together, which feature should we use? Pull request. So you go over here on pull request, click on new pull request. Okay. And now it tells you which branch you want to push to which branch. So we want to push Jackie's user authentication branch to where? To main branch.
Main branch. Mm.
It says able to merge, or everything is good. And you can also see what is the changes going to happen. So you can see Jackie's changes are going to happen on main branch. So we are pushing user authentication, which is Jackie's, to main branch. You understand? So in your office, at your workplace, you're actually merging this change to the main branch. Okay. And then you are click on this create pull request. And you can just skip if you want to give it some comment. Let's say merge Jackie's changes to main branch, create pull request. See, pull request has been created, and now you click on merge pull request, confirm. So you are merging it now. So you can see over here, go to code, and you can see over here, if you go to main branch now, you see, do you see Jackie's changes in the main branch now? So this is how basically you create the branches. Okay, I'm gonna show you some of the commands as well. Always remember, guys, this is my personal advice to every one of you. Whenever you will be working, right, you will be having option to create branch using this UI, using this GitHub tool, or you can create using the command line. I mean, on this black window, you can create the branches. But I always recommend that to create branches, to create this pull request, always use this UI, user interface. Do not use this black window. Okay. To create, okay, listen to me very carefully. To create pull request and to create branches, use UI. But for other functionality, you can use this terminal, which I'm going to tell you right now, that how to use this terminal. I'll tell you in next 5 minutes. But always remember, so you can write it down. Whenever you want to create the pull request, use this tool, UI tool, okay, this window tool, not the black window, not this command line window where you type a lot of commands. Don't use it for two features or two functionality. What are those two functionality? So guys, I know now that with the help of this UI, you can log into GitHub and can create the branch. You know how to create the branch, you know how to create a new repository, you know how to upload a file, you know how to make changes to a file, you know how to delete the changes. Okay, so you have a bit of idea, and I think when you go back to recording, you will be able to understand more when you watch this again. But now what happens that at workplace, you don't use this UI much. You use this black window, which is terminal, to make these changes. And this is very important, guys. Okay, so you have to pay attention to. So first of all, what you have to do is you have to download the tool, that is Git download. You have to search on Google, type whenever you want to basically do it with the help of this black window. First of all, you have to download Git on your laptop. So click on the first link. There are, like, if your laptop is Windows, you can click on this Windows button and you can download like 64-bit this one, or you will see over here, because it's Mac for me, so it automatically suggests Mac. but for you, it's gonna suggest you download for Windows. So when you click on it, you can install Git in your laptop. Just download it and install it. After that, when you type Git, right, on a terminal window, you will be able to see that there are some commands which are available. Okay. So now this is what happens, that you if you want to see that whether Git is downloaded or not, so you just type Git, and if it shows you these commands, it means it is downloaded. Or you can just check Git version. So let me show you. If I type Git version hyphen version, it will tell me which Git version I have installed on my laptop. So if you want to check whether your Git is installed or not in your laptop, type Git space version, hyphen version. It will tell you the version of Git. Does that make sense, everyone? Now, first of all, what I want to do, I want to, clone the repository. Cloning the repository means that I want to download this repository on my laptop. Okay, so I have this folder over here. I can just download git space clone. Clone is the command to download the code. So yeah, I have to download the code. One second. Okay, so over here, I have to download the code over here. One second. First of all, I used git version command to check my version. After that, I used git. I'm going to use git clone command. So git clone helps to download my repository on my local laptop. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type git clone. Okay. And I have to give a URL of this repository. And where can I find it? I click on code here, click on HTTPS and copy this. Click on this copy button. And I can just paste it here. When I paste it, right, it will download on my laptop. So you can see it has been downloaded on my laptop. So you can, if I say ls, it will show me here. If you're using Windows, please use dir. Okay. So the folder name should be git practice. Let me see if we have downloaded. Yeah, you can see over here, git practice folder has been created. So what I can do is I can do cd git practice. See, I'm in the folder right now, pwd. It tells me that I am in the folder git practice. And if I do ls now, it shows me that file which is there in this repo. Okay, I can even read this cat cron.yaml. See, this is the same file. So what we did, we just cloned the repository. Okay, we just cloned the repository over here. Okay, after that, once that's done, we will basically, once this is cloned, after that, what we want to do is, let's say I have cloned it. I'm gonna open my Visual Studio Code. This is the editor, file code editor. It's a very popular tool, Visual Studio Code. I hope many of you are, already aware. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close everything. Just a second. And I'm gonna open the folder. I'm gonna open the same folder, which was git practice, which I downloaded just now. This is the one. This is the repository I downloaded. And now I'll open this folder over here. So when I open this folder, it shows me this file cron.yml over here, you can see. And now I can make some changes. So let's say I make this changes. Task 3. Okay. and this I'm going to save this file. Now this is saved. Now I'll basically remember these three commands, everyone. Okay. Git add dot git commit and the message, whatever message you want to type, let's say first commit, and then git push. Always remember these three commands. Okay. Git add, git commit, and git push. These three commands are very popular. What will these three commands will do? When I type, let's say these three commands, git add dot git commit and my message, and I type git push. One second. Oh, sorry. The command should be git commit -m and then first. So let me type it. Git commit -m first. And now git push. So when I type these three commands, okay, when I type these three commands, what happened? Okay, it's asking me for username. So I'll type my username, which is my GitHub username. So whenever you create GitHub account, right, this is going to be your email. Your username is going to be your email, okay, which I'm typing over here. Now it's asking me for password. Always remember, everyone, how to create this password. You cannot use the same password which you have used for login to GitHub. You have to go to settings, scroll down to the bottom, go to developer settings, go to personal access token, click on tokens classic, and over here, generate a new token. This is a password you generate. This is a security feature of GitHub. And you give it a name, let's say Git practice, whatever name you want to give. Allow all access. You can allow some limited access also, but right now you can just allow all access for yourself because you are the admin. And it will give you a token. Now just copy this token. Okay, just copy this token and paste it here. So this is actually your password. And when you press enter, see my changes. If you see over here, it found that there are 5 objects which were changed. Okay. And then it basically started uploading those changes. So now if I go back to my GitHub practice repo, you can see in the main branch, it has uploaded my changes. So whatever changes I did over here, right, this one, with the help of these 3 commands, okay, I actually pushed my changes to main repo. Now, so what we did, we just made the changes, we just uploaded our changes to this main branch. Now, if I want, like, okay, so do we have more branches over here or not? Yeah, so we have some more branches over here. Now, in the terminal, okay, let me clear this. We have a way, guys, that we can switch the branches. First of all, how can we check our current branch? So when we type git status, it gives us the current branch, that on which branch I am on. So I am on main branch right now. Okay. So we can use git status and it gives us a bit more of information about your current branch. So if you want to switch to different branch, you can type git checkout. Okay, this is another command. Let's say I want to go to user auth. So I can go to git checkout and I can type user auth and it will switch my branch. Now you can see my branch has been switched to user auth from main branch. So if I type git status again, it will show me my branch is now user auth. Okay, so my branch is now user auth, and automatically my code has been changed to, to to user auth. So whatever branch code I had, it got changed. So the folder code automatically changed. When I changed the branch, it automatically synced my code according to user auth branch. So you can see in the user auth branch, I have this code. The same code I see over here. If I switch it to main branch again, let's say if I type git checkout and main, see it has switched to the main branch, and you can see now it shows main branch code over here. So whenever we switch the branches, it actually synchronize our folder code. So whatever code we have, it synchronized that code as well. Okay. If we want to create a new branch from this terminal, I can type git branch and the branch name, let's say video player. So you can see I can create the branch from here, and now I can switch git checkout to video player. So you can see that I am now in video player branch. Okay. So this is how, this is how you can use these commands. I'll give you this history of commands that you can try yourself. But these are the main commands. There are multiple other commands like get difference. Okay, a lot of commands are there. However, these are the main commands which you actually use at work. Okay, if in case you need, if in case you need some more functionalities, I would rather suggest that use this GitHub as a tool where you can create the pull request. You can merge the pull request. So in my opinion, using this tool will be very helpful instead of terminal. Use terminal only for these commands. These are the basic commands which you can use to use terminal, and this is safe enough. So this is my personal recommendation. So I think you should give a try and use this. So guys, I'm done for today.
Thank you for watching. Switch from non-IT to IT today. Explore www.thinkcloudly.com.